Da, da, da. Welcome back, fellow dreamers. Trev here, and I'm going to do a little creation tutorial today, specifically using grids and snaps to make a very symmetrical level. Think maybe like a Minecraft type of scene. And I'm going to do a game scene, and we're going to start from scratch here. Very first thing I'm going to do is go to guides, turn on grid snap, and also turn on floor. So the floor toggles this on and off, and then the grid snap is going to snap to these grids, and if I change the grid snap up or down, it'll change the amount of snap. But right now we'll keep it on 1. That's a good starting point. And I really do like this floor. We're going to keep this in there for now. We might even use it, change it to our advantage. And I always like to throw in a little first-person character right away. So we're going to pop him in. And sorry, I did that kind of quick. If you go to search, and this is a decent one here, FPS mode character. It's in my recent, I use it all the time. But just look up FPS or first-person view, and there's plenty of them like this. Or make your own. And let's just pop into play mode real quick. So here we go, we're first person view. Whoa! Try again. So just get a vibe for like the size of this first block. We can jump. Let's get back into it. And so what to do? Well, we got to give ourselves a base to work with. We don't want to be building up, floating in the air. So I think we might duplicate this original floor a few times. And if I just L1 and copy it, and then we're going to try to line it up perfectly. And see how much easier it is for me to do that now that we have the grids and the locks. And now I'm just going to grab both of these, and I'm going to copy and paste it over here, like so. And just like that, we have a perfectly square 2x2 square. Let me pull out my stream real quick. So let's see, back to this, edit mode. And I probably should have done this first. Let's do it before we get too far. I'm going to make like a little house on some grass with some flowers and a tree, and we'll see what we go from there. Just something basic, so we actually want the ground to be more like grass. And let's see if we can't just do it right here. We'll go green, go darker greenish. Get lots of tints. Make it real colorful. This will be a really bright level, almost like it's something out of a cartoon. Then we don't want it too shiny. We're going to make it kind of rough. Waxier metal, we'll make it a little waxy. We don't want it to glow. I'm actually going to turn this on a green just in case. And we could even maybe turn up, let's do this real quick. We turn up the looseness, or we can change some of this and it'll kind of make it look more like grass. Not too much. Okay, good enough. Let's check it out one more time. Let's see, I don't know if my stream is popping up. There it is. Sorry if I've missed any comments so far. Just now pulled it up on my iPad. Okay, here we are. Just hanging out. And I say we're about ready to start building. I might make a little more ground. Edit mode. And I don't like how he's facing the wrong way every time. Let's bring this person over here, maybe. And then we'll rotate. Whoa. And I'm still learning. This won't be perfect, but I do really like using... Oh! What's up, Ps4? Yeah, dude, so if you missed the beginning, the first thing you want to do is go to guides. I always turn on the floor. That way it just kind of keeps things kind of centered for me, gives me a good sense of space. Then I also turn on grid snap, and I always keep it on 1. but eventually I'll be toggling it depending on what I'm building here. We're going to expand the floor a little bit. I'm going to select all 4 tiles. And when you copy and paste things, I recommend, like I'm going to paste it over here, but I'm going to go over here and copy and paste from here. So L1 and R2. And that way when I line it up here, I'm already ready. I don't have to do anything. Let's get a little closer. And now that I made the grass I made the grass a little more fuzzy, it's going to be a little harder for me to line things up, but we'll be fine. And you know what? Let's just do this one more time. So we're going to select all 8 blocks. And we're going to make one giant ass square. This is the other way to copy and paste. Maybe a little easier. So does that all look good? Looks perfect. And I'm going perfect this time. I want to make everything perfectly symmetrical. Even this right now could be useful for some people if they're trying to make a level. Because what you could do if you have this is, let's say you want to make a hill or something, you could just bring this up a little bit. Bring this down. All of a sudden you have like you're starting to build an actual landscape. But that's neither here nor there. Getting ahead of myself, so let's just check it out real quick. And next we're going to build a house. What's up, Mike Burton? Bob Blue Gasket trying to use the grids today. Found a grid origins move. Okay. Alright, so I gotta get moving. Okay, so we got a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's build a house. What a roadhead. We're good. Alright, let's build a house right on this block here. So we're going to start doing different stuff now. I'm going to get into my modes and I'm going to go to sculpt mode. And I've already got the square. There's all these different shapes we can use, but we're just going to do cube. And I'm just going to make a nice easy square house. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I also want to make some flowers and some trees and maybe whatever else. Okay, so and also another tip, you can always put on studio lighting. If you're having a hard time seeing things or if you have a really dark level, you can put studio lighting on, but it didn't seem to change anything. Alright, anyway. So we're on square. And we're just going to make it bigger. And I know that I don't want it as big as this square. I've already kind of tested it out. Let's go with this size. And for now, let's build it kind of up in the air, and then we'll place it down in a sec. Oh crap, what'd I do there? AGM show, hey dude. You were editing stuff, weren't you? Or I'm thinking of somebody else that was online, or that's online right now playing Dreams. Okay, I gotta focus here. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna place a box. And then after I place this box, I'm gonna switch to delete and shrink a size and then delete the center of the box. I'll show you what I mean here. So I'm gonna add the square and I'm gonna hit triangle. And I'm gonna hit down one time on the D-pad. And then I just smeared, and if I did it right, there should be a center to this. Like I deleted the center of it. So now, if I go back to Mount Square, see how I deleted it? So now, that's perfect. That's what we wanted. So now we can start adding a door and a window or two. And, if you're watching this, don't be afraid to pop in any questions in the comments, live comments, or if you're missing the live show, just pop it in anywhere. Okay, we're gonna just try this for now. That looked about right. Right? Let's leave that. We'll get one over here. Oh crap, gotta keep it lined up. Little window there. Maybe no window in the back. Let's do window in the back. Let's have a window on each side. Crap, but I lost my level. Here we go. I'm kind of eyeballing it here, but it's fine. Boom. Alright, let's check it out. Look at that. Perfect. Too easy. It's all about these grid locks. And this house right here is just one piece. So if I go back to edit mode, I should be able to just grab this thing here and just move it wherever I want. Bada boom! And hopefully we can just level it right with the ground. Make sure that's working properly. Yep. And even we're actually going to lower it down maybe a little, like that. Don't love it. Let's see how that looks real quick. Might even look like carpet. Whatever. We don't have to jump or anything at least, so it feels a little more natural. We'll just keep it for now. We'll fix it. Okay. So we got our house. What's next? Well, we're gonna add a roof. So do we want a square roof? We're gonna make a little triangular roof, just like you would just a default roof you'd picture. So back to edit mode. Now here's where we're gonna start to kind of improvise. We're gonna go to modes. And now the question is, do I want to make a separate roof from the building, or just, I'm going to do my own roof. I can merge them together later. Okay, so I'm thinking a wedge might work. Something like this. Oh yeah, this is going to be perfect. So we got to make it bigger. Alright, we're going to just throw that down. And we almost got ourselves a perfect roof. And so you can see it's not quite big enough. Easy fix, as long as it's that way matched up. So I'm going to go into my tools, and I'm going to go to stretch, and we can just stretch this out real easy. This is a very underutilized tool, is that stretch thing. So instead of like trying to stretch stuff yourself and duplicate things, you could just stretch it. Like I probably should have taken that first square. No, because I want singular squares. All right, so let's see how that roof looks. Boom. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's near perfect. Everything seems to be pretty lined up. So what next? We can make a door, we can make windows. But first let's change the color of this house. Let's decide, let's make it a little pretty house. Pretty little house. So I'm just gonna zoom in on this. Oops, wrong button. Get this out of the way. Okay, so we can decide our house color here. Let's just start cycling through the colors. Say when. Just kidding. Initially I was thinking yellow, so maybe I'll just stick with the yellow house. Not sure why. Like a bright yellow. And we want it shiny, or we do want it rough? A little bit shiny. Wax your metal. Let's make it a little metally. It's not gonna glow. Don't want a hue cycle. Fleck properties, looking good. And then the rooftop color. What color do we want for the rooftop? Probably like a brown. Wouldn't you say? Okay, we want that tint. Mike Burton, good example of the moving origin. The back side of the roof should have snapped to the exact same distance as the front overhang. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's not perfect. And I remember, especially what I've noticed, Mike, is once I save this and I come back in here and I turn the snap on, you might have a hard time lining it up again. At least I had trouble in the creator beta. But you know, for stuff like this, well, should I move this down a little? Ooh, that looks a little better. All right, let's check it out. So he's saying the back side of the roof, should it snap to the exact... Well, see, I could have lined it up perfectly with that if that's what you're saying, but I chose to overlap it, like that's what I wanted. Oh, you're a drafter, man. We should hook up on these dreams levels. You could probably do some architecture kind of stuff. All right, so anywho, so and I actually have a little list here that I wrote out. So house square, we hollowed out the roof. We had the roof cut out the door and windows. Did that. Add door and windows. Okay. Just do what the list says. Let's do the door first. No, the windows. Nah, the door. All right. So we're gonna go back to sculpt mode. And we're gonna have to make this kind of a teeny weeny square this time. Can you export what you make? Say if I were designing plans like sort of 360 view design, can you file? If you're talking about in dreams in this game, yes, everything is what the whole game is about is creating stuff, sharing it with others, editing it, compiling. So in dreams, yes, trying to export it to like Blender or something, or play something on your PC. So far, I haven't seen anything like that. Yes. Oh yeah. You can also choose not to save it, or you can also choose not to share it, and just keep it like private. But people can play it, but they can't remix it. Like there's all the options that you would want. If you think of all the options that you would want, they give you all the options. Okay. See, okay. You know what? I'm doing this all wrong. This is what I should be doing. Trev, come on, figure it out, dude. God. Okay. So I should just make a full block the size of the square. Is it this one here? Nope. Yep, what AGM show said. Man, and I've seen a lot of discussion on expanding it. Yeah, like being able to create on 3D or export files to a PC, say. Okay, there we go. So that's the right size. Okay, so I should be able to just use this block here to make my door. Let's do that. That's what I should have been doing. I've been making things too complicated. So remember that tool I showed you earlier, this one here, stretch. We can just start stretching this bitch around and we'll just make it, see, boom, stretch you there, stretch you up here. Did I stretch it too much? I don't think so. Stretch this down. Gotta get under the, all up in it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Did it? So is this like the perfect door? Oh, it's a little too tall. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not like making it functional. Let's check it out. Yes, it's Little Big Planet 3, but I wouldn't even compare it to Little Big Planet 3 because, I mean, I wouldn't say Little Big Planet, yeah, okay. Because Little Big Planet 3 wasn't even made by Media Molecule. Just going to throw that out there. Not that it wasn't good or anything, but... Alright, so the door looks a little wonky. We'll fix that real quick. Just because it's like bleeding through. Oh, you know why? It's because... the colors, whatever, screw it, we'll just move on. So we're going to change the color real quick. Let's make it what color door do we want the door? Should be another brownish, or should we start, let's get colorful here. Let's here we go. This house color is kind of ugly. Let's try to spice this up a little bit. Whatever. Use Google Sketch for making 3 models work, but it would be rad to use this to export out. Oh man, agree 100%. Same with like I've been saying Blender, which is a free like open source program that anybody could use, or like I use sketching programs on my iPad to draw stuff. If I could just import stuff in, but hopefully hopefully they'll do that kind of thing eventually. Check it out. We got our house, we got the door, so let's make some windows. And really we just got to make one window, and then we will just copy and paste it X amount of times. So let's go back to edit mode. This is probably the worst tutorial ever. I keep getting sidetracked. But it's good, it's good. I'm mostly just do this because I'm bored. Okay, so here's our perfect square. And I actually pulled it out here. We'll build it and then we'll put it in. So we're going to do this. We're going to stretch. Make it a nice thin frame. And then let's go back to our shapes, squares. And now, alright, come on, recenter. We're going to shrink this and then turn it to delete mode. So now when we get back over here, and here we're at our first instance where we should change the grid snap, because right now we're being forced to I want to delete a square over here, 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 and here, but it's not letting me. This is where we can start to go to our guides and we change our grid snap to a lesser value. So let's do quarter. It was at 1, we're going to go to a quarter. So now when I get back in here to our shapes, I can actually cut out part of these. So let's try this here. Oh, it's got to be smaller than that. Something like that. Boom, boom, boom. Check it out. Boom! Hiya! Too easy. Alright, so now we're going to go just grab this window frame and we're going to just send it home. Just go to your home. Are you too good for your home? There we go. Look at that. Let's just check out that window and then we'll copy and paste if it looks good. Oh, man, I'm getting good at this. Okay, let's make the window a different color. And, oh, let's make it shiny too. And we could even like add glass to it. But right now we're just gonna keep it as is with just a few more tweaks. Scope in, let's change it to, what color do we want? Blue. Let's do this light blue. And for fun, we could make it glow. Like, look at this, you can make it glow. Let's make it glow just like 2 notches, just for fun. Maybe make it all metally and shiny. And let's keep it that. Make sure it looks good before I copy and paste it. Cool. Alright, so let's paste that. And copy and paste, super easy, just L1 and R2. Too easy. Oh, I can just copy and paste this one. Duh. This program, Dreams, is so amazing. Like, when else could I do this? What other program? My laptop sucks. Like, my iPad kind of sucks, but I got a PlayStation 4. go. All right, let's check it out. After this, we can start making a little scenery. Look at that, man. This is great. I really hate this yellow color on this house. We gotta change this. I don't know why it looks so dull. What did I do wrong? Should I just turn the brightness up a little, maybe? So put a little glow on it. This is like the secondary internal color. It doesn't show up until you actually start messing with, if I start messing with like this, then it'll show up, but we don't want to screw with that. Alright, that looks better at least. It does look a little weird how high the roof is. Is it just me? Okay, let's try to change that real quick. Just move you up a little. And we're gonna go to our handy dandy. Oops. Stretch tool, stretch it down. Oh crap. Gotta be real careful here. So did that mess with stuff? It did. Alright, I guess we'll have to keep it. And let's make the roof a better color. Red? Ooh, red looks good. Red roof. Maybe even make it glow a little. By the way, if you're in here and you're tweaking these settings, if you hit the D-pad right and left, or excuse me, up and down, you can do fine adjustments. Instead of using the slider, you can tap it to get really, real intimate with it. So we can play it. Bogeys. Okay, one last thing. I'm going to edit the roof. Just a perfectionist, but just looks kind of, I think this is what looks goofy. Got to stretch this out a little more. Why is this acting weird? Was I using the wrong button? Stretch. Well, I'm doing something wrong here, but... Oh, yeah, right. Tell me about it. If I only had a keyboard in front of me instead of DualShock. Okay, so I'm trying to make a scene here. Let's just say the house is good enough for now. It's obviously a house. You're not going to mistake it for something else. So the next thing I think I want to make is a little tree. And I'm going to try to just start speed building now. You know, I went over a lot of stuff. And now I'm going to kind of show you it in action and see how much it really actually helps you. Because you can take so much time in this game trying to perfect things when really you could have just used the grid and the snap and it would have taken you 10 times less time. If I just make the house bigger. Ooh, that looks really goofy. Sorry, I get so distracted. All right, tree time. So we're gonna go modes, sculpt mode, and we're gonna start building a tree. We could do a cylinder tree. Do we really want to start rocking cylinders? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because you could still use cylinders on the grids, and it's still pretty much the same. It's just not perfect as far as squares, but cylinders are perfect, if not more perfect. Mike Burton constantly also realized I needed to be in sculpture mode for the sketch to work consistently. Yeah, and it's kind of confusing sometimes too when you're trying to like merge sculptures and merge things, and it gets a little weird. But Mike Burton, if you throw down your gamer tag, I'll give you a follow. I'm curious to see what you're working on. I'm always down to collaborate with like minds. So I'm gonna place. Okay, before I place this, I just need to meditate for like 30 seconds. Let me find my Zen. We're just gonna think. Cool. Mike writes books. Give him a follow, folks. And give me a follow if you're interested. I've got a few other cool creations. Oh, let me fix my mic here. Okay. Had a little sip of the beer. And let's go for it. We're going to make a tree in sculpt mode using a cylinder. And this time again, we're going to just use one cylinder to try to get this baby started. Shouldn't need more than that. Let's make sure we got the right size tree. It looks about right. Here's the door. Half the size of a door. Sure. Put it right here for now. Boom. And then back to our stretch. Let's stretch it up. I wonder if this is too thick of a tree now. Whatever. Let's roll with it. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna see if I can't just grab this whole thing, copy it, and I'm gonna shrink it. So it's not perfect, but you see where I'm going. I want to make it a little skinnier every time. Let's do that one more time. Okay. We're gonna click on all three of these things here, and we're gonna group them together. Because this is one tree here, I don't want to have to edit everything separately. So now this just became one. You are now one AWA. And now we gotta add some branches, obviously. So, scope mode. Wait, actually, we're gonna scope in on the tree, and then we go to sculpt mode. That way we can continue adding to the tree. And you know what? Since we're doing cylinders, let's keep it going. And let's do 3 layers, 3 sizes. We'll do the ones down here, which are going to be a little bigger. The exact reason I would like to be able to scope into a single. Yep. Telling you though, man. Once you get a hang of this, I'm sure you'd be more than happy. Because there's probably things we're both missing. Like, there's probably ways to get around these problems we're having that we just don't even realize. PSVR 7.7, can't wait for the VR support in this. Oh my god, don't even get me started, dude. Oh. As a PSVR owner, that was a big selling point for me, even though I would have bought this game no matter what, in a heartbeat. But the fact that it's going to have PSVR, because like pretty much everything I've made so far, it's got a little hint of VR. Like it's ready for VR. It's asking for it. I'll show you some of my other stuff in a sec. So we're gonna stretch out this branch. Oops. Why am I having trouble with this stupid stretch button? Like I'm trying to, like we're scoped in. Go to tools, go to stretch, but it's like not showing it anymore, like the direction I want. Mother. Fine. If you're gonna be that way, we're gonna delete you. We're gonna start to freestyle it, folks. This is where it kind of gets fun. We're gonna go to sphere. And let's see if this works. Nope, doesn't work. That's alright. What do we do? What do we do? This is what I get for picking the sphere, doing the stupid cylinder. Oh, you don't have P? What do you mean? Oh, I'm like, you don't have it. Yeah. Oh my God. I don't like. I don't know the touchpad rotation. Honestly, it's good on paper, but it never works how you want it to. Maybe it's just because I hate this fucking touchpad on this controller. Put your resources to something else. Alright, so let's say for demonstration purposes, let's just try this because I'm a little pissed. I'm having a hard time with this. We're just going to take off grid snap. We're going to make our own branches. Oh, but I can't. Okay, hold on. We're going to scope in first. Then I'm going to make my own branches. Are we scoped in? I don't think we are. Oh, we were. What does that look like? Just kidding. Alright, Trev. You're slacking here. Wait, okay. You know what? We don't need branches. How about that? We're gonna go no branch mentality. We're gonna just gonna start with the let's see. Turn back on grid. Yep, and like Mike, you know, there's like that's the beauty of this. There's so many different things you can do. Also, like okay, this is what we got to do. Like how you can use move controllers. I should be using the move controllers. I need to learn it. Eventually I will. This is kind of what I was getting to, is just because I feel like I'm spending too much time just effing around. But we can do this kind of thing where we just and I can like make this. Let's see if I can't stretch this out. Tad. Oh, it's doing it again. If somebody can figure out why the hell I can't stretch this fucking thing. Excuse me. It's like as soon as it's like its own object, it doesn't want to get stretched anymore. It just moves it. But I know it's something obvious. Like, what am I missing? I'll see something weird is going on when I try to click it. Alright, fine. Instead, I'll just cheat and I'll copy and paste it. There, what do you think about that? Um, your move controller broke. Oh man, and you know, a lot of these things like Media Molecule like listens to the people. I'd hope they'd eventually incorporate stuff. And the fact that you guys hear that the VR headset is going to be compatible with the next PlayStation, so you will just be able to, if you already own it, it'll just work with the next one. All right, so those are ugly. Let's just keep it simple. All right, we're gonna delete you, delete you. We're gonna move them up a little. I think we only need two. We're gonna group this and that together. And now we gotta, oh crap. Group this and that together. Now we got a tree. Yay, tree! So we can put one here. Here, let's put a big one in the back. Like a medium-sized one over here. And then a small one. Flipped. Over here. Let's check it out. That big one's a little too big. And these trees do kind of suck, but whatever. I wonder if I could maybe do like a little boop. Something like this. Maybe they look better. Just kind of copy them. Yeah, that looks better. So I can like copy and paste this, flip it, and then like paste it again, like there. Even put one down a little. Oh yeah, that's a trick. Let's do it to this one. Just kind of thicken it up a little. What if we even rotated it this way? Oops. Ah. Now let's check it out. There we go. Just got trees and the house. Brian's, oh, Chaos, thanks, bro. Yeah, man, while I was checking out your stream earlier, I dropped you a like too. I'm always watching your videos, Chaos, all the time. Brian, can you contour the blocky shapes to make it look like a more real tree? You can, yeah. But like right now, I'm going like Minecraft style. This whole stream is just using the grids. But yeah, if I wanted to make it look more real, I wouldn't be using these blocks. I'd be using like circles and more natural shapes. And I wouldn't be using the grid lock. So what else do we need? I mean, what else can I teach? How do I reach these kids? So I was gonna do some flowers. Let's do that real quick. So let's go back to edit. And we'll just do some flowers and maybe I'll just, oh wait, I was gonna make a sun and some clouds too. But real quick, let's make quick flowers. We're in speed build mode now. Now that we know what we're doing, it's no excuses not to just blast it out real quick. So we'll get real small. And remember, we've got our guides on, we've got grid snap on 1, and we've got our floor still showing. But grid snap on 1. And we'll throw our little thing down. And see, it works here where I can stretch it and it'll work. But at what point do I make it where it doesn't let me do that anymore? And I'm making these flowers pretty big, but we'll eventually shrink them down. That's the beauty of this, is you can resize everything super easy. So what shape do we want the flower? I was thinking just a globe, just a nice little sphere, but we'll make it a different color. So I change color. Okay, see, I gotta. Can you contour? Yeah. Yeah, you're noob. You don't even own it, do you? I screwed that up. So let's get the green stem. And then turn it green. Maybe like a dark green. Okay. Actually, it needs a little more leafy. Give it a little tiny bit of this. Oh, see, the grid lock is kind of screwing me here. Never had to apologize for being new. We start out. Yep, exactly. Brian, listen to him. And I mean, this is like titled a tutorial. I'd assume you're trying to learn something. We'll just throw a little leaf here. Maybe a smaller one down here. Whatever, good enough. These are going to be shrunken big time. Okay, so now we're going to add a new rosebud. Ooh, I just got an idea. Okay, so we're going to... How big do we want it? That looks about right. So let's make this a real pretty color. Purple. That's a pretty color. And then this is where we can I'm going to do a little bit of ruffleness. I could turn it. You know, now it'll look more like a flower if I. Oops. Sure, whatever. So we could merge them right now. But actually what I want to do first is just... Let's make 4 colors. Purple, we're going to have blue. What, like a light blue. We'll have that color. And then get a yellow in there. Oh, we need red. Let's get rid of this blue. You're gonna go to green. No. Sure, whatever. All right. So now we can group those two together. Group these two together. Oh, we can. Let's change the size of these ones. Group you together. That would be the big one. Oh, that's too big. I mean, that'll be the small one. Group you together. So now we got 4 different flowers. And not really having any particular order. So for now, we'll start doing a few different patterns. So we'll copy those and paste them. Maybe over here. A little extra over here, maybe. And we'll just kind of start getting kind of random, just throwing stuff around here and there. I won't spend too much more time on this, kind of get the point. Let's make a little field over here real quick. So I'll make a medium, big one, and then a small one. And I'm going to grab all three of these, copy and paste them. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Oops. And let's check it out. There, we got flowers. Not too crazy, I don't know. So, how about last thing? Then we will conclude this tutorial. We're gonna make a sun and some clouds. Super duper easy. So you think? And we're gonna use the grid this time. We're gonna use a big grid. I've been kind of shrinking the guide. This time, let's expand it. So now it's even harder to do stuff, but it also makes it even easier. So we're going to first build our sun. Yeah, let's get over here. How about hexagon? This looks like a sun, right? Okay. Well, we're gonna have to turn down the guide to, oops. Let's go to a half. We're just kind of speed running now. It's a horrible sun. Or is it? Yes, it is. Alright. Let's do that one more time. Let's do a square this time. Get the line back up. include this. I'm just worthless now. I got showed everything that grids can do. So now let's turn this yellow and make it glow. Should we get the hue up? Get the shiny. See how it looks. Does it show up? Oh yeah, there it is. Terrible. I think it's just because I've ran out of things to explain. So in conclusion, when you are using the grid, I recommend you turn it on to the default, which is 1. That's a good starting point. I always like to have the floor on. It gives you just a good scale reference, and you never lose where the actual ground is. And don't be afraid to tweak this up and down if you're having a hard time. And I still haven't ironed out stretching and whatnot, but yeah, hope you learned something. Give me a follow and I'll follow you back. Shoot me a message on Dreams. Try to get a good final view. Here, let's play here to finish it off. Oops. Sure, why not? Auto guides? Nope, haven't figured that out yet. But it's a good question. I'll try to learn that and maybe do another tutorial. But I'm going to slowly look up into the sky, just like they do at the end of the game. Thanks for watching. I'd love to upload more. Clever Trev over and out. Click.